welcome back to my channel. It is me, Allie, and in today's video I have another Disney DIY video for you guys. I actually don't even know which number this is in the series because I have done so many. I want to say this is like the 8th or the 9th one that I've done on my channel, but again, I do not remember. So I will link all the previous ones in a playlist in the description below if you want to check them out for yourself. All the crafts that you're going to see today are inspired by the wonderful world of Pinterest, and spoiler alert, this is probably my favorite Disney DIY video that I have done here on my channel. I am so obsessed with the way that all of these crafts came out, and I think that you guys are really going to enjoy them as well, or at least I hope you really enjoy them as well. If you guys have any other questions or concerns after watching this video, just ask them in the comments below, and without further ado, we're gonna get right on into it. This first craft is so easy, so quick, so cheap, and the end result is just absolutely beautiful. All you're going to need is a candlestick holder. I got mine from Amazon. You're also going to need some utensils as well as some hot glue, and then whatever you want to embellish your Thingamabob. So basically what I did was I took some hot glue and I put it in the center of all of the candlestick holders, and then I took a knife, a fork, and a spoon, and I just held it in there until it was nice and firm and stood up on its own. To embellish my candlestick holder and to make it look more under the sea-esque, I took some pearls and I hot glued them on, and then I took some seashells and other little sea items and I hot glued them onto the candlestick. And that is really all there is to it. All you need to do now is just spray paint your beautiful masterpiece and you're done. I decided to spray paint mine this beautiful teal color because it reminded me of the sea, and then once everything was dry, I took a sponge brush with some white paint and I just dabbed it on so that it had a little bit more dimension. And here is the final Thingamabob. I am just seriously so obsessed with this DIY home decor item. I am bringing this to my Disney themed bridal shower, and I cannot wait for people to see it. It is probably one of my favorite Disney DIYs I have ever done, and I really hope you guys love it as well. Also, just a very quick little disclaimer. I know that in the movie a Thingamabob is more of like a corkscrew, but to me a Thingamabob is any hidden treasure that falls under the sea, so that is why I call this one a Thingamabob. Next up, we're going to be making our very own DIY pinboard. I am so happy with the way that this one came out. You're going to need a prop frame. These are used more for like photo booths. You can find these on Amazon. I just thought that it was absolutely perfect for making my very own pinboard. You're also going to need to cut some cardboard a little bit larger than the whole of the actual frame, and you need to do that with some corkboard as well. Hot glue the corkboard to the cardboard, and then take your frame, flip it on over, and hot glue the two pieces together. Now for the fun part, start taking all the backings off of your pins and start sticking them on your new beautiful pinboard. Here's my final DIY pin board. The only regret I have in making this is that I don't have enough pins yet to fill it up, but that will be changing very, very soon. Isn't it so beautiful? Probably another one of my favorite DIYs I have ever done in my entire life. To hang it up on the wall, I just used 2 command strips. This next DIY literally cost about $6 to make, and I bought everything at the Dollar Tree. I bought 3 foam balls, 1 larger one and 2 smaller ones, and I just attached them together using some cake pop sticks that I had at my house. Then I just took it outside and I spray painted it white. You don't necessarily have to do that. I just wanted it all to be one solid color. Once the spray paint dried, I took it inside and I used some Mod Podge, put Mod Podge around the entire Mickey head, and then I added some gold glitter. Allow all of the glitter to harden. This should take about a half hour, and then add an additional layer of Mod Podge on top to seal all of the glitter in. And finally, take a small flower pot, fill it up with some rocks, and stick your centerpiece right in the middle. And this is optional, but you can take some flowers and hot glue them around the perimeter of the flower pot for some extra jazz. And here is the final Mickey Mouse centerpiece slash home decor item. I think it is so beautiful. I have it on my shelves in my office, and it just really makes the room pop. Again, I think this cost me under $7 to make. It is so beautiful, and it only took about an hour, and the end result is absolutely stunning. Next up is a DIY that has been so highly requested, to do an updated Mickey ear tutorial. For this, you're going to need some fabric, and you're going to need to cut it into circles. You're going to need 8 pieces altogether, 2 for the right side, 2 for the left side, and depending on how big you want your Mickey ears to be will depend on how big you cut your circles. Take the fabric and make sure if you have like actual designs on your fabric, it is sandwiched into the middle. So I have snowflakes on my fabric. I just made sure that they are touching themselves in the middle, and then I took it over to the sewing machine and I sewed it together by sewing circles around all of the fabric. Next, you want to pull the ears inside out, so again the design is on the outside and you have nice smooth edges. Then take a circle, I'm using a tumbler here, and you just want to trace out some circles onto some cardboard and cut them out. Position the cardboard onto the headband and decide where you want your ears to lay. Then you just want to trace that out and cut out the excess cardboard piece. Then take your cardboard, kind of bend it in the middle just a very little bit, and then stick it inside of your fabric ears. Take some polyfill and fill your ears completely. Make sure you use your fingers to push the polyfill all the way around all of the edges of the ear, so it's not just in the center, it kind of fills up the entire ear. Fold the ears together where the fabric meets, and then take a hot glue gun, and if you're going to listen to anything that I say, listen to this. When you are hot gluing the 2 pieces together, make sure you start in the center so that you don't burn all of your fingers. Just start in the center, and it's going to make it a lot easier to hot glue the other 2 sides. Now it is time to hot glue on the actual ears to the headband. As you can see here, I'm just taking a marker and I'm positioning where I want that ear to land. Then I'm taking some glue and I'm making a line of hot glue from point A to point B, putting the ear onto the headband and holding it in place for about 30 seconds or until the glue hardens. Now for my favorite part of this process, making the bow. It is exactly the same as making the ear, only you're going to be making a rectangle rather than a circle. So again, make sure that the fabric or the design part is face down or face up, sandwiched in the middle, so that when you turn it inside out, the design will be on the outside. Sew your rectangle, leaving a little space in between so you can pull it inside out. Once you pull it inside out, hot glue that little space down, and there is the base of your bow. To make the actual bow, you just want to pinch the center together and then start squeezing it in from top to bottom. Then you want to take another strip of that fabric in the same exact color or whatever color that you want and just wrap it around and hot glue it underneath. I decided to make two of these, one large one and one smaller one. So I'm just taking my smaller bow and I'm hot gluing it on top of the larger bow and then taking another strip of that fabric and wrapping it all together to secure it in place. Finally, I'm taking some hot glue and I'm using a generous amount for this, and I'm just hot gluing the bow right into the center of the Mickey ears. And again, taking another piece of fabric. I didn't show it on film, but I took another piece of fabric, wrapped it all around to secure it in place, and then I just took any embellishments and I put them onto the ears. And here it is, my friends, your very own homemade, customizable Mickey or Minnie ears. I'm just so obsessed with making Mickey ears. I think they look so amazing, and it is just so much cooler to know that you made it at home, and it is very, very unique. And lastly, we're going to be making an adventure book scrapbook. So what you're going to need for this is one scrapbook, preferably in the color red or maroon. If you don't have a red or maroon one, you're just going to need to use some red cardstock as well. If you have a red one, you don't have to do the extra step. What you want to do is take some hot glue, make a strip of hot glue about 1/4 of the way down the scrapbook, and then hot glue on some brown cardstock. Then you just want to hot glue all the edges so it's nice and secure and in place. Open up the scrapbook and then fold some triangles down, and then take those triangles and just hot glue them down to the actual scrapbook. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just watch the video. It should be pretty self-explanatory. Then you just want to do the same exact thing with the bottom pieces. You want to take those rectangles, kind of fold them in, and then hot glue them onto the actual scrapbook. When you close your scrapbook now, you should have nice smooth edges, and you want to do this 2 times, once on the top and once on the bottom. Next, you want to take a ruler or something that has a flat surface, and you just want to sketch out a square or a rectangle around the perimeter of your scrapbook. You also want to draw a circle inside of the center of the square or the rectangle, and don't try to make this look absolutely perfect. It is supposed to look homemade. The next step that you want to do is to take some stick-on letters and to position them onto your book to say my or our adventure book. I'm just using some white ones here, then I'm taking them off, I'm coloring them off screen, and then I'm just sticking them onto the book. The final step to completing your adventure book is to take some cardstock to draw out a globe, to color it, and then to hot glue it onto your adventure book. And that's pretty much all there is to it. You are taking a plain, boring old scrapbook and you are completely transforming it into something magical. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet and you enjoy my videos. I love you guys to the moon and back. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye guys!